their playstyle, and I just don't see a Killjoy working well for phases. You know,
babybay
like,
also just loves that.
like something I think that's gonna happen on T side for Faze is they're gonna work really quickly and just fight. Killjoy's really good at watching flanks rather than Cypher on this map because you have the turret which can cover like a radius.
Well, they're set up for this B. Aggressive fighting, I like it.
That's the way to do it. Come on.
Uh-oh. Nate actually gets so much work done. Jesus.
To force them out from behind yellow. You've now got a post-plant scenario.
I don't even know how that happened. He had so much time to move out of that.
Corey by his side, no utility left remaining for the Rays. Gonna have to get a couple kills to pull those paint shells
I think
back out.
he was just low, maybe, and slightly got hit by the second nade explosion.
Coming in from under tube. So they're just going to be playing this slow. There's the first shots coming out from the Sheriff long range. Somehow Steel's not necessarily connecting, but he's got them exactly where.
Why would that guy drop off on that side?
Other side of the wall, unable to help
I mean, it
out
worked,
his
I guess,
teammate,
but
the round
he got
goes
smoked
the way of
anyways.
100 Thieves. Despite the fact that Steel doesn't get the kill, that works out beautifully.
Exactly. If he doesn't get kills, he does damage, and he's separating the.
Wait, is the second map? No, this is first.
Retake for Faze. But when I was talking about information denial at the beginning of the round, so there was a lot of one-way smokes from ZachaREEE. At the same time, you had a recon dart that came out from Hiko. So they don't know how many players are playing on that B side, how many players are stacking on the defender side, how many players are trying to push forward on the attacker side. And when you finally had a play on contact towards this A side with Asuna, with Steel, that's when they're like, okay, it was an attempt of being aggressive from babybay on a flank, which is something that he likes to do a lot on his map. And then they crunch back towards B on a 5-man push, which worked out in their favor.
Okay.
100 Thieves.
Did that guy lag out, or like what happened there?
Had an opportunity
No, he
there, just
got
couldn't
it?
quite get the Sheriff under control.
He's back,
shells
so I
will
think
go
he
out.
got it.
It's Asuna, who's stuck currently in the corner by fence. Knows he has to be
Map
careful of that.
advantage.
Player could be
Chat, map
close. He's
advantage.
calling in support,
Did
but
he get the
Valorant
orb, though?
finds
Like, who knows what
Wardell is
happened?
not gonna work out so
Ooh, I
well
like
for
the
Sage
aggression
on
by
the high
Corey.
ground.
And just
Look
dip
at this
out.
setup as well. Marved, he's gone
Oof.
full
Look at that guy
turtle
in
up.
tube. He's going to
at
get a fraggy with that
2. Currently
shotgun.
waiting for the peek
You think
to come
so?
through. It's a shorty
Yeah,
right
if they
around the
peek him, he's
corner.
dead.
And it's a
Drone?
chicken as well.
Oh.
You can hear
They're not
the
gonna check
Wardell
it, they're
coming
checking
through,
mid.
but yeah, he's just waiting.
Oh, he's gonna
Marved
walk
is
out.
calming.
He's gonna walk out and just get owned. Oh.
So no dice today.
Yeah, sometimes you want to put
Oh,
that
boy, this is actually massive. Steel's getting owned. Oh, yeah.
But now he's going to crunch from the
Oh, no.
It doesn't work out, unfortunately.
Eco.
Backfired
I
just
think
a
he
bit.
ran too soon.
100 Thieves,
There.
though.
They're in man
Still at a
advantage on
player
Faze.
disadvantage as
Still
they go for
doable.
spike placement.
I think he took way too long.
There is a recon dart
He could have ran
now
behind that guy
spotted
like the second the wall went down, I
the
think.
ice wall as well, so they come in from tube.
I guess 2020, honestly.
Yeah, you really don't know where they are exactly, so you just kind of guess, but
Striking first. Hiko spots
Oof.
one,
you can't
just
walk
sees
with the
hit,
shorty,
and
though.
now has to be careful. Down to
You won't catch him.
65 HP, knows they're close. He's relying heavily on his teammate at distance. The SMG not working out so well. A slow orb's going to go down. There's a smoke coming in as well, but he's not sticking the spike. He swings wide. ZachaREEE
Oh, nice.
Well played.
will end up clutching
Yeah,
the
really
round
well
out
played
for
to get off
Faze
the bomb and
as they
everything.
steal one away from 100 Thieves to
For
keep
the
things tied up
trade.
at 1.
Yeah, that was
WP,
actually,
dude,
very
WP.
well done here from Faze on that retake. I didn't think it was winnable. at
You got
that
an
point
eco
for Faze
already.
Clan, especially
Shit.
When it was a very patient, slow play, methodical for 100 Thieves, as we know them for, on the way that they want to do their executions. The wall, a perfect split into that B site. But the pulse plan, I guess it didn't gather enough information of where the rotation
I forget,
was
this is
coming
Ethan's
from. Since he did
first
have
tournament.
more
Yeah.
from
He
two
might walk
at
away with
Harry
a
Potter,
big
as we
dub.
like what to call it, or under tube. Then it actually fumbles a little bit how 100 Thieves wants to execute into the B site, and Faze is
They haven't even had time to practice.
Oh, a great way to win the round that puts 100
Yeah,
Thieves
they just
on
threw
an
him in the
eco,
mix.
And with this eco, you now have
Like they
to make them
actually
work.
haven't had
You wanna
any
play
time to
this
practice.
to put the range so they could maybe try to do some damage on how aggressive Faze has been on the A
Wow,
side.
that
That's
was
the second
just
time
not
it's
even
happened.
necessary, and he did it anyways. I love it.
that play from babybay, just lurking.
Yo, they're
creeping
not.
on
I
in.
like that Faze is, like you
That's
said, being
another early
aggressive,
blow for
Yeah.
Thieves. They
running two
definitely did
duelists,
not
and
wanna
kind of
take
just like
Steel's
getting in their
caught
face
underneath
rather than
tube.
being
He said,
scared of them.
"Uber calls
That's
it
kinda like-
Potter, a reference to 4
If you know what your playstyle is, just stick to it.
Potter's of course, underneath the
No respect. Oh,
stairs.
Marshall. Did you see that?
It is
Yeah.
a
There's a Marshall in
5-on-2.
play.
The numbers heavily in favor of Faze right now. They do have spike
No skin.
control at least, but obviously
on.
you can tell by the
Yeah,
equipment
but
that
no
not
one
much
uses
can
it.
be
No one
done.
wants this shitty gun.
Just look at the setup. You've got this super passive play in spawn with their Sova. He's just sitting back in spawn, watching so they don't push backside A. This should be an easy lockdown round for FaZe.
Yeah, Hiko's going to try to look for an opening right now too, but they have to start recognizing this for 100 Thieves. But the creep is coming up slow here towards the A side. babybay is going to play that distance on high grounds to make sure that the spike is down.
Opportunity here for Ethan. Knows the magazine is potentially dry.
Somebody in my chat said that they've been playing with Ethan for 2 weeks. Does that mean Dicey already knew that he was getting cut?
I'm pretty sure Dicey knew, but I don't know about that long. Maybe it was announced by one of the players on Twitter, or not Twitter, stream or some shit.
Coming in for 100 Thieves that'll allow them to have that res. And based on the way the early rounds have played out, with those aggressive plays coming in from FaZe, you might see that aggressive look from someone like babybay, and then they could revive.
Yeah, and that's the issue right now, is because if you're looking at the setup for 100 Thieves, whenever they have these gun rounds, you see how Steel always plays that turret at the spawn side, and he's watching for any pushes towards mid. So you don't really have anybody playing towards belt. So FaZe recognizes that, and for 2 rounds in a row, they push forward for that.
Okay, they're playing loose, which I like. babybay's such a gamer for that.
He knew he was one dagger.
Yeah, he wanted that trade so bad. But there's the res.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Okay, now just give it.
Yeah, give for sure. Give.
His target was brought back to life.
Big fight here, Dave. Rawkus, you're fucking in no man's land, man.
Like, actually, though, he's actually in no man's land.
You're literally fucking just sitting. Oh, God.
That step almost fucking whiffed the dagger.
Yep.
babybay is looking for the ace. Still has some.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I really like how FaZe is playing right now. They're not letting 100 Thieves get into position to actually execute.
And like I said, I don't want to discredit any other teams right now, but
the Sage res, get back in there, punish them for resing. God, beautiful. Double aggression.
They definitely already knew that the res was going to happen because they had that Omen lean with the flash.
I mean, that was really well played by babybay, but also, I will say that Rawkus just got caught in no man's land.
Yep.
Real, he almost threw around.
What type of area they could try to focus on and try to capitalize on. So far, it's been towards this green side. With
did you hear about that teabagging thing?
Yeah.
Kind of funny, actually.
Hopefully they could do this with rifles, because Ethan was able to creep into that B side before.
Same with like shooting your gun on the floor, body, whatever.
Man.
Again,
sorry, babybay.
They are aggressive. Look at this. A side
so
presence.
PC.
Pushing so aggressively. You can see that punish from babybay. Marved got one in mid as well.
I get it.
Giving B site, but they're kind of shifting their resources around. So they play a little bit further back on B, but way further up on A. That's what allows 100 Thieves to get into these positions, but FaZe is not allowing them to do anything with it. And most importantly, they left the spike at home. Can't leave that one behind.
They're crisp right now, man.
They're feeling it. They're feeling damn good. Wait, he just teabagged.
Yeah, they did it last round too. I don't think it's in place yet. Either it's not in place or it's not for NA yet.
I see. That's so funny. We just talked about that.
Yeah, he did it last. That's why I brought it up. He did it last round.
Now that 100 Thieves has a full weapon round, a full AR. And their stats,
I mean, if it does come to NA, they best be ready to actually punish people for it.
Yeah, I mean,
because if you make a rule without a punishment, that doesn't really make much sense.
No, it doesn't. I don't like it personally, but I obviously have no say. I think it's a little soft, but whatever. Family-friendly esport, I get it.
Than he has on various rounds in the past versus other teams on this map.
Problem with this turret placement, though, Vincently.
Oh God, that dash was a little unnecessary. Wow, that's a sick one way.
He's gonna have to stick nearby if he wants that turret to have that level of impact. And
Man,
again,
I am really liking how FaZe is playing.
This time onto the Sage, that's a brutal blow.
They're just not. They're getting man advantage every round with aggression and not letting 100 Thieves fall into a set strat.
Yeah, they know their strength.
Now in that time, Steel has crept up.
Oh my fuck,
oh my
dude.
Gosh, never mind.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Right now. He's on a whole different
Overwatch aim, baby.
Check his blood.
This is just
he's on something.
Well from FaZe. As 100 Thieves has their backs against the wall, they have to make a move at this point. A paranoia comes through, but they can't really gain much space off of it. Rawkus is hiding currently inside. A smoke has it.
They're getting it. Oh.
Yeah, they're getting absolutely. I think FaZe has 9K flat on everyone.
fire right now.
Yeah, and that's where Faze
Almost.
trusts their teammates' calls rather, because
Almost, yeah.
that was only a 1 versus 1 on the site in the beginning.
That's like 3, 5
babybay versus Steel. Babybay
kept
winning
alive
that one, and
rounds
you have an immediate ult
in a
from
row.
ZachaREEE all the way from B at A side when they had basically a little bit more pressure towards B.
Trying to think, what does 100 Thieves do differently? I think all they really can do is hold for pushes
They're confident. It's not just
and actually
Yeah.
win the hold. They're losing the hold.
But that's 2 rounds as well. Where he was
Or
They have
do
been
something
hold.
really, really, really quick.
in the numbers
I don't
of
think they
what
should do
is
anything quick. I think
for
FaZe is a better
first
quick
half,
team.
It's all been Faze.
Oh man, look at this again, babybay.
I mean, look at
is
this. They don't even need to do
aggressive.
this. Look
Feeling
at this
it,
guy.
it could
Look
be
at this
punished,
guy.
and it is. Not
He's fucking
aware that
pugging.
There was a looming threat on the
That's
high
actually
ground.
kind of
Now
buggy right
relies
there.
upon his team, who's onside. Rawkus is playing
Like,
off
oh
of
my
an angle,
God.
trying to hide. Will take damage if he falls off that. It's about 15, if I'm not mistaken.
They might lose because of that, though.
Also falling to the
Yeah, it
rifle,
wasn't
there's
the play
15
because they just gave a
damage taken
Vandal
by
to
the Silver.
Nitro.
They've got
He gets
A-side
a kill with
control,
it, gets a
and more
res. I
importantly,
mean, come
Nitro's
on.
been able to gather up another orb and another player brought back into the fight. It's Asuna, one you desperately want.
Oh,
It's a 3-on-5, a promising look for
Iki.
100 Thieves.
Yeah, and it's a res when they're on a half buy, right? There was a rifle that they picked up from babybay. A couple of them still have pistols. They're just confident that they might be able to take this round because they have the showstopper from the res. So they want to use that to clear space.
Oh my god, he
No, it
just
doesn't
killed
work.
him in his ult, I think.
yep,
Okay.
he did.
Faze have turned things around. You've got ZachaREEE.
Hello?
Wow.
W. He has 0 chill. They spot one towards Maze. They know the last player's on
I
high.
mean-
They're going to try and tap despite debating out of position. It's Steel.
He heard the rope.
Looked like he was gonna go
Yep.
for a reload or maybe
I mean,
even
I'm
some
not gonna
utility.
lie,
He gets
like-
gunned down through the wall as he goes up the ropes.
FaZe is just hitting their
And the
shots,
opposite
like every
two.
single one of them.
FaZe,
I know
they
100
had
Thieves didn't have a
massive
buy there,
numbers
but they had a
disadvantage,
5v3
yet still,
advantage
somehow,
with a push-up
they
on
end up on
site.
top of the round.
And that's right, and you saw the showstopper that also came out
Sheesh.
from Corey at the same time, and he's the one that's going to capitalize on
babybay
that
almost
kill.
threw
So
though.
it's very
Yeah.
well done. It was a nice attempt for 100 Thieves, like I said, to try to
babybay
utilize
needs
the
to just
res
chill a little
on
bit.
Asuna
That's a
to
little
play the
too
numbers
solo.
and the ultimates to try to win this, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
at that point, from Steel's point of view, he got wall banged. But I think from ZachaREE's point of view, he
Steel's
You're
up.
feeling it,
Steel-
you're feeling it.
Steel's opping?
and made it an easy 1
Yeah.
versus 1. So you
Feels
made
like
it
they're
out
operate
two
normally,
ultimates,
either him or
which is the
Nitro.
res and also the showstopper for 100 Thieves.
I usually see Nitro,
You're
but
looking pretty good in the gun round right now.
let's get a Hiko up.
Dude, look
Oh
at
my
Corey.
gosh!
dude.
Again, look at the aggression.
They aggress middle, he gets the kill.
Corey has
Aggress A,
charged
gets a
up
kill.
top. He's got a
Holy
nade coming
shite.
down. Now he's gonna die, but that nade
Oh.
is gonna do significant damage.
Corey almost whiffed.
And there's no
Yep,
Sage
almost.
to bring them
Almost.
back to full health.
But they got
Again,
a, I mean,
they
4v3
lost
man
Nitro
advantage. They
early.
aggress 2 spots.
Faze is just
They got
full
set aggression.
Wing right now against 100 Thieves, and it's working out way more frequently than maybe it should.
Yeah, this is where they're going to start winning like the ability game mid-round into the late lurks for 100 Thieves on the executions. Because as they keep dying, like 5 seconds in a round,
Oh.
how babybay and Corey have been sword rested,
Huge.
it's going to
Yep.
come down to, okay, well, now we actually have to use utilities at the beginning of the round. to
His
try to clear
sense
out
is
front,
so
and then
fast,
anything
man.
Once they get into the sites,
How
Faze
does it,
will
like...
have a lot more on the retakes.
There's the ult being popped, double ults coming
Oh.
out. The knives are pulled as well for babybay.
God,
They realize
got
they
up
forced
grass.
them off the spike. A delay on the third pulse from Rawkus just in
Doesn't have a
case.
dash,
Still got
though.
babybay here. Here's the plant come through. Knows that the nades are coming. Tries to get vertical. Asuna
Sniped
cuts
right
that
out of the
play
air.
down quick. Nice shots onto babybay. You've still got Hiko in position.
Thieves is probably going
The
to find
numbers
around here
advantage
unless
has
something
been
crazy
turned
happens.
around. That shock dart's going to fly a little bit further away as it had a little bit too much juice on it.
Interesting.
Recon dart going in to give away positions. Asuna drops off Maze just in time. Satchel pack going inside that dart.
Bro, did he
cover,
flick
trying
that
to get up
fucking
onto the
pack?
high ground. It's
Looked
now
like it.
down to Rawkus.
Nah, he
They
didn't
know
hit
there's
it.
one up top, but there's just not much that can be done. 100 Thieves, they may have lost some early resources with that aggressive play, but they turned it back around and made the round theirs. That said, it's still only 2. They've got quite a mountain built up between them and FaZe currently.
Yeah, and that's who else but Ethan, right, to try to help the team to get into the sites on these late mid rounds, because he's done on the B side, he's now doing on the A side once he gets all the information of where FaZe are currently at. That's the little bit of the weakness that you have in terms of the aggressive play from FaZe right now, because you have players that are so
5A?
you don't really have anybody else that has an opportunity to trade with you, right? So
Alt.
it's a
They're probably
one
going to do
and
something
done
basic.
strategy
5A alt take.
for babybay and for Corey, but they continue it. Corey's already on the pipes.
They just
And again,
can't stop this
the
aggression too, and it's
challenge right
working,
there.
man. And he
We
killed
talked
fucking
about it in the
Steel,
pregame.
who
How
had his
are they
ult.
going
Wow.
to
Killed Roy
cancel
ult down.
an up presence?
They're still
Coming
going.
in,
Oh my, they're still fighting!
and Corey
and winning.
Oh my god, dude, that is fucking tilting. If I'm 100 Thieves, I'm tilted that they're getting away with this shit.
The sad part is that Corey just should have just fallen back there, but he actually is pugging.
Yeah.
Pretty much of a nest.
That's tilting.
They haven't made it even past the cross of the orb, and that's again just the aggressive play from these two duelists for Faze.
Well, Hiko is left standing, and it's never a guarantee when this man's alive in a one-on-many. We've seen him clutch several rounds, but now is not the time.
Guy took silent rope behind him, dude.
For babybay means a round win for Faze. Looking at the scoreboard, currently babybay is 16-4. Corey.
I'm just surprised that they even won. Steel peeked that up top with his op, because there's just no way you're gonna win that op duel. And then 2, they weren't ready for that kind of aggression that they've done every single round. It's kind of weird.
I mean, they're definitely talking shit about them and their team speak. Like,
yeah,
they're actually just disrespecting us.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, for sure.
There's no way they're not malding about this.
Yeah.
Because they know Corey's been pushing it before on the high ground or even on the low ground, and now they come face to face against an operator. So now it's going to be another.
Well, this is apparently 100 Thieves' weak point. Just get in their face and just fucking explode on them.
You don't really see that. Okay, so the Aldrone actually does come out towards Bell. You see how early he has to come out.
Doesn't matter.
Night night.
Another obstacle.
I got a flank kill.
I like
do have a trade out.
Marved flanked so
Hiko,
early.
There's a wall coming in as well. Big fat paranoia ready to go down potentially. ZachaREEE has already come out from heaven from distance. Great damage.
Ooh, Hiko.
Hiko, the clutch god.
Important kill.
Delivering.
Well, they won this round. They won another half buy. That's crazy.
Work out so incredibly well. It's all about patience right now for
well,
Ethan, but Ethan actually
hold on.
No, they did. There's no. Oh well.
That's something that's gonna produce a problem.
Well.
They've got to know they've aggressed the other two.
But it's down to just one player remaining. Now, as the lock
still
there's
up,
a wall. Ethan's on the other side of it. Ethan will be able to get one kill, but can't do much
The
to
wall
stop
is
it.
still upside.
It's Faze who take another round when it looked
Dude, Faze can't do any wrong.
Yet again.
The idea was so good.
Well, I thought they won another half buy. Nope.
Tower to get the kill in the backstab to give his position away because it's only an eco right now for 100 Thieves. So now that you have a plant with the wall, you put the ult from Steel towards the pipe side and you're forcing Faze to push forward. And Faze thinks that the whole site is clear. No, they've rotated already from screens. So this is a huge opportunity for Ethan to play time and also get the backstab on the diffuser. The
I don't know.
only thing that sucks though,
they're doing their aggressive B shit right now on Faze. Probably with that one way again.
So Ethan with only a ghost wouldn't be able to break down the wall to get the kill, and his jig was going to be up already no matter what. So unfortunate timing, but the idea was perfect for 100 Thieves.
The rocket comes out. No damage dealt, but look at the amount of map presence they gain off that. They have full B long control. And that allows their Sage to just focus on the underside of tube because there's a wall currently blocking tube access.
Yeah.
So you can see what that does. It pulls all.
This is the first slow round. Oh wow, they are B main. Never mind.
Rely on the op, who's currently playing back A, to just play that high ground and pick them off. Now,
oh, I don't know about that. I mean, obviously,
really Ethan,
nice shots.
Quick shots coming out. And that is a huge punish,
all they had to do was hold there. Faze just doesn't give a fuck. They have B main control.
I mean, they're up so high that they really don't care. But they got to be careful because if they do that too much, it's going to be their downfall.
Oh, that timing. I will say though, like I love the aggressive plays that they're making, but like if they held there, they win the round because they've been pinched through mid and A.
Yeah. You think Faze is holding? Come on.
Yeah, I know, but it's just crazy how. They definitely see that and they don't choose that strat.
How successful that was previously, as babybay was.
This is a weird retake. It's all from fucking the opposite side.
So now that the blades are out yet again, swirling through the air, ready to find home and some fleshy targets.
Clean.
See if he can make some space first.
babybay has knives though.
Now goes for the swing.
Never mind, he doesn't have knives anymore.
It will be
Ethan is shitting on throats.
On the scoreboard.
He's teabagging both of them. You gotta dip your balls twice at least.
At least the gap is starting to close up, right? So it's looking pretty good for 100 Thieves.
Ethan's frying kids.
Matchup, and I like the way that they changed their attacker side for that previous round. Just because you still had Ethan with a From the Shadows available. So you have that turret up towards mid, and they want to change the pacing on the lurk from Steel. He was going immediately towards that mid tube, while the rest of them 400 Thieves are working towards the A side. There's a potential, a possibility that they might ping out babybay and ult him, but they decide to fall back because of the aggressive push from Faze that Ethan was able to hold back. If it came down to a point where they
Faze would have won that round
I
so
would be
easily if
surprised
they just held
Ethan
B.
went for a teleport
That's
from the
hilarious.
shadow to just meet up with his team after, as he's going to be the one playing that lurk.
It's important to note, too, if 100 Thieves can find 4 rounds, that's not bad. Their
Correct.
defensive composition is strong with Killjoy playing the defense. If you look at FaZe, they don't have a Sentinel, so they do in Sage, but I mean like a Cypher Killjoy style play, so they don't really have as much stopping power. It's going to make things a little bit more difficult on a retake.
I feel the opposite, because they're stopping.
I wish there was a way to change your crosshair based off of different
That's the
abilities.
reason why they're playing so
Like if you took
aggressive.
knives out, your
It also
crosshair
kind of
changed.
makes things a little bit more interesting.
Oh, it will be a
though,
thing
when they
eventually, I
Because
feel
like I like thick crosshairs, like big ones, but when you use knives for those, it feels really bad.
Flying into
God.
the site is Asuna.
I need to see what happened, but they're just getting owned.
Steel lurked too early. I don't know. Like,
Ethan
Asuna
is
got in there
feeling
with
it
the
though.
ult.
He
Jesus.
has been
Yeah, he is.
really heating up. It's down to a 1-on-2. Spike is down on the site.
It's
Can't
close.
quite tap the shots
I
into
shot
the
by Marved,
skull of
too.
Marved. 9-3.
9-3 half.
Time
Wow.
scorers, we get ready to throw
Everyone's
the
fucking
We'll come
teabagging
back.
each other, dude.
See if 100 Thieves can
So
snap
much
back in
disrespect
just a
going
bit.
on in this fucking match. 21-7, man. babybay had a crazy half.
Don't look at. They're banning teabagging? I'm pretty sure, yeah. I mean, they banned it in EU, so it's probably going to come to NA, right? It's not banned. It's just against the rules. Do it if you want. You might just be punished. I don't know what the punishment's going to be. The punishment might just be a fine. I doubt it's like a... I doubt the punishment's going to be like anything serious. And there's no way you're out of the tournament, right? It's probably like... Probably a fine. And I don't think it was... One thing to know is I don't think it was Riot. I don't think Riot is making that rule. I think it's a tournament organizer. Like, I think it's VCT in EU. So I think that's very, very different. I don't think Riot has said anything. I don't think. I don't know. It's just a guess. Not entirely sure.
Right back into it. 21 kills for babybay in that first half. How do things transition over now, switching to the attacking side, as we saw the op come out numerous times for babybay towards the tail end of that first half, but it started mostly with rifles. It was just a lot of holding that W key and charging towards them. It seemed to work out. Now they got to deal with Steel, though, playing as Killjoy, and that is going to be a massive pain in the butt, as Killjoy on this defensive side can be so ruthless.
Yeah, and you see it from 100 Thieves' point of view. They have 3 guys with full shields, which means that they wanted to emphasize a lot on utility. And that's Steel, Asuna to help on the B side, and Hiko with the shock darts to prevent
I got
frags on the
owned.
A side.
Nice nade coming in. That'll force them to the backside of sight. It's a big
And yeah,
fat
they're just doing
paranoia to
pretty
lead them in this
fast
one, though. There's
A.
A smoke down that ZachaREEE charges through. And they're using the owl drone as well, but it doesn't clear back sight. It actually clears the other direction, and that's what allows this to happen.
Oh, Ethan
even
is
with
going to
the
be
dart in his
the
side, as the drone turned
showstopper
back,
here.
It ain't over.
Doesn't matter.
It is not
100
over.
Thieves
It ain't
with a
over.
I don't know what the fuck
flawless
that was
pistol
by
round to kick
Faze,
off the
but...
second half.
Well, that's a
Right now,
how
after that round, they're talking
play, right?
shit
I mean,
hard.
different game where
100 Thieves
you
is
don't
talking
need to
shit
use those
real
skills to
hard.
Try to clear out corners. You kind of
I had the
go
bomb
for a
out.
jiggle peek, a body
Dropped
peek,
his
and then
gun,
go for it
by
in
the way.
battle. So it's like, hey, come at me. I don't mind. You want to swing out? I'll
What
still
was he
win this
trying
one
to
right
do?
now.
Was he just
And he's
not?
been
He just
proven
didn't want to
time
plant? He's like, nah, you plant
in
it.
these
Yeah,
rounds to be very good
Honestly,
in
don't know.
terms of the way that he's rifling and also pistoling in this map.
Nice catch.
Thank you.
Take that, observers.
But I mean, Faze
Can't
ecoed
count
them
that
last
one.
time.
Thanks.
That'll
Nine,
have
four.
myself. They just have classics.
9-4. FaZe still have a massive lead. They're coming into this one, saving quite a bit of utility and cash so they can move into that next round with a little bit
He
more.
almost lost
Now,
that.
A little rough.
Struggle against Marv, who just had a classic.
Oh my
Turns
god.
out, he's like,
man.
oh my god, there's so many
Asuna's trolling a little bit with
Just
that,
keep
but whatever.
transferring, but wasn't finishing off the kills in the meantime. FaZe just looking to do some economic damage. Corey's actually gotten all the way up into the kitchen. Might be able to get a kill onto Hiko, who's right around the corner on 80 HP, but Hiko's got the placement ready
There you
with
go,
the
cleaner.
crosshair. Now it's all up to ZachaREEE. Do they anticipate a second player in tube? ZachaREE's actually going all the way over towards the B site. Might actually be able to sneak a plant out of this.
Well, he's got to figure it out. He's got a turret that's super close to him, so hopefully it's not. Oh, it's actually going to be on the top B, so he's going to be able to
plan
get
out of it, though.
Got that money. Oh.
Despite them losing so many
Jesus.
players. Yeah, Seal, that's an easy one to get the kill. But yeah, I got to say that 100 Thieves, I do like the fact that Asuna tried to push through that smoke and try to get some information. And as he saw it, you saw a Cutler that came in from Hiko in the back of Boiler. So they still had that communication. How close are they in that smoke? Where can they
Fuck
be
am I
going
watching
for
right
Faze
now?
How many players are there in that area? Which is why you saw such a
You getting
passive play
guns,
for
or
100 Thieves right after towards that B side. They don't mind to give Faze the plant. All they want is to get these diffused and get closer in these matchups, get closer in the spread of this scoreline. And I wonder if we're looking for a gun. Yeah, we're trying
Imagine
to
if they
look at a gun in mid
lost.
still. I think it's Ethan. That's
Bro,
what
imagine if like something happened
Actually,
and
I
they
think
fucking just
Steel
lost.
All their
and
games
not
crash or something.
Yeah, like literally, and, like the
Moving
server froze and
immediately
it just
after that round. We'll
exploded.
see if we have a timeout called here. It was possible they were trying to give Steel a little bit of extra time. Who knows? Or maybe it wasn't. They were just looking for the gun. But the fact that Steel wasn't moving, it kind of made things a little bit more interesting. Now, speaking specifically of Steel, I know that his numbers in
This
the first
fucking,
half
like,
were all
I
that
think
impressive.
it's pretty
Attacking side
funny,
Killjoy on this map is
And I
not
also think
exactly
it's
ideal.
BM at the same
On the
time.
defensive side,
What?
though, you can play
Teabagging and
either
like doing
side
this
of
all
the
this
map
extra
and
shit to piss
do
off.
it.
Yeah, I think it's
Killjoy is
hilarious,
very
but I
aggressive and
understand
so
the
if you
poor
see that
sportsmanship
kind of
about it. I get
flexibility
that.
displayed
But it is
by
funny
Steel
at the
playing
same time, so I don't know how I feel about it
that's when
entirely.
players can really click on this defense. They're going to be tested here, though. This is going to be a difficult round, given that they're coming into this with a bonus, and there's a lot of money coming in Faze.
Yeah, I
Oh
was
my
going to say, I think
God,
it's just
babybay.
Steel in general, but we're talking about that in a
What a
What
fucking
the-
maniac.
Now, that wall is a little bit awkward,
I thought he was
but it
gonna.
doesn't seem to
I thought
hurt
it
them too
wasn't
much.
his
There's
teammate for a
crack in it.
second, and I was
It looks
freaking
like
out.
Asuna wants to sneak on the backside
How does he
site.
live
Almost tried
there?
to use it. Has to be
I
careful
guess
as
his
the shock
teammate
darts
swung
come in.
from the right side
Counter
as
shock
well,
darts
but
coming out,
fuck.
damage being
got
dealt to
healed
the player's
immediately,
base.
too.
Steel opens up the LMG and starts
Fucking
spraying
1
a
HP.
hailstorm of bullets towards that direction. They fully rotated off the B site as Steel came over, and they know that based on the LMG sound because they know that Steel was using that previously, which is why you're seeing babybay now peel a bit to try to find an opening somewhere else. Still, though, a lot of presence on the A site.
The presence right now is Asuna, right? And
If
he
that
only
gets
has
into your
the
mental
last
state,
time
it's your
left,
problem.
so
They're
it's gonna
pros.
have
They
to
should
be
not get
being-
tilted.
He's actually
I
taking
disagree.
rounds slow. This
and
is
get
fucking
the
I disagree with that.
maybe
They get the
put a
numbers
flag
advantage
back
and just
there.
relax.
I think it's the problem of the
Seen this
person
before.
doing it,
Exactly. He
not the
could
not the
focus on his
receiving
own.
end. The person
Yeah, they
doing it.
transitioned from
That's
full
what
hold
that's
to
what I think the
retake,
problem
but
is.
Asuna looks like he wants to take matters into his own hands. The Sage Wall goes down, and actually, there's a gap. He can get behind
Babybay's
it.
in
I'm
a
not
huge
sure if
spot,
they knew that,
but
it doesn't
it's
matter
already over.
anyway.
It's already
Watch
over.
The round falling apart.
Yeah.
The last man standing is Steel.
Looking like a
sitting
flawless
back
one,
in
too.
spawn with the Aries. And Steel's realizing it's not quite worth it. Turret's going to go down. They're not. I guess
Well, he went
technically
down,
turret
it just
did
didn't go
go
where he
down.
wanted to.
Yeah, it didn't go up like he needed it to.
Oh, but yeah, as we are actually on this topic of Steel, and I wanted to touch base on what you were talking about in Steel, how much of a thorn on the side he could be on the defender side. I think it's just Steel in general, whenever they're playing the defender side, because he's the type of mastermind that just knows the different types of play styles and how to adapt on the fly. So when you're having aggressive players like Faze right now, or like Gen G when is dashing into sites, he kind of knows where he could place these nanoswarms, where he could place these turrets to actually help 100 Thieves come back and claw back on the defender side. So as Faze has a lead of a 9-3, and now the gap is slowly closing to a 10-5, there's still a potential that 100 Thieves could catch up in this game. Just Steel needs a few more rounds to know how Faze are currently playing their attacker side, because we've only seen 3 so far in the second half. And this
If 100
is
Thieves
the
loses
good
this gun round,
of
it's
this half.
I think it's
So
go
this is gonna
next.
be the
You
first
know.
time where you kind of have an idea of how Faze might spread out and split out their default.
Yeah.
And maybe
I
100
agree.
Thieves might adapt on time. But it's a 5-point spread.
Ooh,
it's
Nesh was
close,
doing the
but still not
headshot
close
wall.
He missed it last round.
By the way, got a confirmation that it was
Trying
more of a
again.
technical delay for why they didn't defuse that spike over on B. It wasn't BM or anything, chat, so you can calm down.
You just said it was a
They had
technical
issues.
delay.
Speaking of technical issues,
What
there
the
we go.
fuck is my stream doing, dude?
I went full beep boop there. I lost everything.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully we'll get it back, and yeah, there we are. No casualties as of yet. Nice shock darts coming out.
They
Look
broke
at
that
the
wall
damage
so
dealt
early,
to
holy
their
shit.
Sage,
It's good.
who's now stuck around the corner. Nitro has to go for this self.
Damn, I don't like 100 Thieves
And it won't
positioning.
go back at full
Oh
HP
my
as he
God.
swings. A double kill for Marv.
Holy
As
Absolute
well.
fuck.
trolled.
Getting involved in the action, and that's basically the round over yet again.
Look at this guy, he's
Hiko,
pushing
the
heaven.
clutch
Love
god.
it.
What's he got for us? Shock darts coming out, but it's all up to him. The crosshair placement is choice, but Hiko flushed out by the nade. It's a 1v3 shock dart around the corner, but falling back to his original position. Has to be aware of the bullets that are pouring out through two. Goes for a recon dart, gets destroyed before.
That's so annoying.
Dude,
He's getting fucking
literally-
tagged through the wall.
Faze at
Just
double
what-
digits
oh,
and spreading
God.
the gap further here with 11. They're right on the edge of closing out map 1.
And that's another player that you haven't had a chance to talk a lot about this
Sheesh,
first half. is
one map
Marved.
advantage.
He gets
Yeah.
2 nice entries into the A
Fucking
site. Didn't
must
have a
be
chance to do that
2-0.
much action because again, the ones that are on the top.
Yeah,
of
this
that
one
board
map
are the ones that
advantage
are
is
getting all these, face-to-face
gonna hurt
head-on
real bad
contacts
for,
and
100
those fights too.
Thieves.
So there's no opportunity for,
We might be
opportunity to
on this
raise. There's not
casting
really any
couch for not very
opportunities
long, it
for
turns
They're
out.
not dying too for
Right.
how well
We
FaZe
might
have been
be
playing
done
this
in
map
2
so
maps
far.
here,
So
boys.
now that he has an opportunity to say, look, I don't have to fall back or lay back and support my team. I could try to frag with the team too. I mean, that's 2 great openers.
Interesting.
For Marv.
I love this. They're going to
I-
wall off
I don't mind this,
underside
but
of
it's
2,
just
and they're
very
just
interesting.
Gonna charge for a split A.
It's something I
And
have
it
not
works out
seen.
so well. Poor Asuna.
Every time I try to call that same thing in a pug, like in a ranked game, nobody listens. Nobody understands, and I hate it.
Shot after shot to
Yeah,
the
that's,
dome.
I mean, it's
of
clean as
members
fuck. It's
from Hundred
fast.
Thieves.
Babybay's hitting all his
Now
shots.
it's all
Like,
up to Hiko, who
it's
used
just
the ult to try to slow
disrespect,
things
baby.
down.
They didn't even need to do that. They could have just chilled because they're fucking the ones that are
Just
just
the classic
chilling, and
left.
100 Thieves
I
has no
mean,
money,
what
but
can
they
you
just
even
decide,
do?
yeah, no.
Tube
Can't
is
even
walled
break the
off.
We're just gonna get in there.
Underside's walled
Does
off.
FaZe get advantage for
Only
winning
got a
upper bracket?
ghost,
Yeah,
so
FaZe has a
what
one
are
map
you gonna
advantage,
do?
yeah.
Nice shots coming out on the
Oh,
And
he's.
another one. Hold on. We've seen him win rounds like
He
this
winning
before,
the round,
but it
but
would be
fuck,
the
it was
most
nice.
impressive by far if he was able to somehow pull it off. The positions are going to make it difficult, though, when they do. 12 rounds for FaZe.
So this is the old school phase. I told you guys, like guys and girls, there's some rounds where they could just turn on the switch and be good old phase. Some rounds is going to be this new phase that we've been witnessing throughout the week. So that time they get the plant and they also push through spawn.
He gonna op?
They didn't even care about the spike.
A
If there was
stinger?
anything
Oh, he's
playing
got
King or playing
daggers. I
Ninja,
see. I was like, wait,
everybody left the
what?
site and was hunting down the last player, Hiko, even if he only had a ghost. So there was an opportunity after Hiko got those 2 kills where it was like an oh crap moment, Eureka, we have to come back to the site and try to prevent that spike from being defused. But FaZe, because of that confidence level, because of the fragging ability that babybay, Corey, and everybody else actually currently has, they are okay to continue to play such a loose style.
Double op setup coming out from 100 Thieves, and oof.
What
Couldn't get
the
dash
fuck?
in time. The tailwind's a little bit late. So 2 picks for 100 Thieves, both off the back of the ops.
FaZe
Walk
doesn't give a
through.
fuck, though.
Walk through,
Nitro.
Zach. Oh.
Good old babybay dash into a player, as I mentioned before.
Exactly. Ethan's
Ooh.
still on site. and He has been on one.
Shot.
Killing it right now as the top performer for 100 Thieves. Has to watch his flank, though.
Literally did the same
As
thing as
there's
you.
players on each side of Maze, does have support from Asuna, who's in position to make sure that doesn't happen.
This
That's
is the
kill
comeback.
coming in from Asuna
OT.
onto ZachaREEE. Last player standing as Rawkus taking damage inside dark cover, looking to escape. Shock dart's almost right where it needs to be.
Stop the cap.
I actually don't
But
think
it's
there's a
around
way they
100
come back
Thieves.
because FaZe is going to
Question
continue
is,
to
how
do
long
dumb
can they
shit,
keep this
and then it's
going?
going to just one of the
They're
rounds is
relying
going
on
to
that
stick,
double
and then it'll be
op,
good.
Exactly. Right? They had it on both sides of the map. You had Nitro opting it from the back of the site of A side. You have Steel on the right side, but now if Steel is playing that close,
It's crazy. 100 Thieves just didn't have an answer for their puggy kind of style.
Flash and dash, or
Yeah.
sorry, not a flash. Well,
The
they
whole
can do it
first
with
half
Zachary,
was
but
just a FaZe show.
much more paranoia. But if they're actually going to be able to get
The
like a
highlight reel,
recon
baby.
dart and a dash to push
I'm just
back
surprised they
and
didn't
forth
expect it, dude. They're going up against
and
these
play the
guys.
aggressive
Of course
play
they're going
style
to
that they usually
fucking
do,
send
they
it.
could
They're just going to
overpower the
fight,
side
fight,
quite
fight.
easily.
But I guess it really comes down to if you're not going to hit your shots, then
If I'm
fuck.
not mistaken, winner of this
And you could
will
have the
be
best
facing
strats in the
off
world, but if
against
you can't win the gunfight, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
during the Masters. Loser has to play Immortals.
Correct.
And if I'm looking at those 2 teams on
Oof.
paper,
Oof, indeed.
no
Uncharacteristic
disrespect to
miss.
XZ, but Immortals is scary right now. XZ's been playing well as well. I'm not trying to take anything
Nice,
away
Nick.
from them, but based on the way we've seen Immortals play more recently, that is kind
Instant
of
res.
terrifying.
Love it.
Here we've got
Wow.
a fast play onto the A site that seems to be working out. It's paying off early
That
at
was
least.
Such a massive kill. Oh no.
Nitro.
No.
Again with a heroic
That's all
performance
she
as
wrote,
the
folks.
Sage, trying to keep
Just
things
kidding.
more
Marv
manageable,
is
but no,
throwing.
goes up on top
I
of
love
the
the
play,
throw
an
from Marv,
aggressive play,
but they're,
drops the
everyone's
spike,
throwing
but
actually.
it's all gonna fall onto Steel, who's
They
now
just
on
keep
the
holding
flank
W.
with an op. Not exactly an ideal weapon, and the first shot comes
Surprised he
through,
went for that.
trying to stop
I didn't even know he was
the
there.
placement.
He just shot.
Now they know where he's at.
He's hoping.
He's got
I
a
mean,
full kit,
12-6.
though.
All right,
he
go
did that
next.
bit.
Maybe flush one player out. There you go. He's gonna try to
Steel
get
has
Rawkus
this,
out of
what
the
do you
lane,
mean?
put the turret down. But babybay has the off angle.
The turret doesn't go wide enough to clear out that position. Wants to peek for it. Has the
kidding, he does
inkling that
not
a player
have
could
this.
be on high, but it doesn't matter. GG's
All right, next map. Next map's Bind, I think. Bind will be fun. I don't think I've seen Bind from 100 Thieves in a while. Just because they might have played yesterday, but I didn't watch, right?
Yeah, they did.
They
play
did,
yesterday.
yeah.
Gen G picked it, and then they got slaughtered on it.
Wait, did I watch? No, I didn't.
And that's not because
No.
of anything Asuna did wrong.
I think you watched one map, right?
Yeah.
Or one BO3? I don't
Asuna
know.
was frequently the first player up.
All
So
these
as a
days just
result,
kind
it
of
was the
meld
first player
together.
to die. How many rounds
True.
did we see Asuna get picked
I
up
don't know
as
what
a
matches
player
I watched
decided to
win
go
and who
up
beat who,
a site?
what
Because he
scores.
felt like he just never
Just a
had
bunch of
chance to
numbers.
play the game, really.
I think 100 Thieves never had a chance to play the game, unfortunately, because they weren't
Yeah.
ready into that type of playstyle that Faze brought in. Because when we've watched Faze, I think when I watched him, I think it was versus LG, right, 2-3 days ago. That's not the same type of playstyle that Faze brought in versus LG. We talked about.
Oh, I want to see. I want to see if I could find this teabang shit.
And then they'll just play in front of
I
them.
think Slasher tweeted it
They're gonna
to
work
me,
towards that mid-side
or DM'd it to me.
I haven't seen any of that.
It's
The
I'll
double
tell you who it's
satchel into the
tweeted by.
from Corey, the dashes in,
Well, like,
the slow
I don't know if
walk,
it's
the
very
way
easy to
on
get
the
something
defense,
just,
those are big pushes that we haven't seen through the past
I don't know the
game.
word I'm looking for, but anyway, it's very easy for a tournament organizer to just go politely ask their players, hey, could you not do this? That it could have just been as simple as like a polite ask to their players to not do something. So
I just wanted to make the rule though, just because for future they just don't want it to be a thing, especially with the esport growing and growing and growing.
yeah, but that's what I'm looking for. I want to know if that's just in people's heads or if that's actually what they're saying.
Yeah, I honestly thought that maybe 100 Thieves could take that map, keep it close, make us go
I don't.
further into the
I mean, I
Now
think it
it's a
was
little bit scary
tweeted
if
by
you're a 100 Thieves
Slasher or
fan,
something like that.
because
The thing.
obviously FaZe is just one map away from taking the dub.
It's just an
Before we
EU
go
thing,
to
I
break,
think, right
I
now
wanna give a quick
too.
Shout out to our sponsor, check 1212. Our sponsor HyperX, who has helped make this event possible. Legendary comfort goes wireless with the HyperX Cloud 2 wireless. It's no wonder that millions of gamers have chosen it because of its own unreal comfort and amazing sound. Again, millions of gamers. If you guys are looking for a new headset, make sure you guys check that out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. I don't know if I entirely believe it. I think it could just be something that kind of got blown out of proportion. A tournament organizer telling their players to do something politely, or not do something rather, and then everybody freaked out. That's what I think it might be.
Yeah, but I feel like if that's how that person feels, then that will become like a thing, you know? Like there's a good chance it becomes a thing off of that.